Una dintre operațiunile de bază care influențează calitatea fructelor, prin urmare recolta, dar și dezvoltarea sănătoasă a pomilor, este tăierea pomilor, ce include crearea structurii pomilor pe rând. La general, tendința cireșului este de a face dominanța apicală, da? De a face o formă acrotonică, de a crea o umbrelă care de fapt va umbri baza pomului și în final aceasta se va goli. În Republica Moldova avem o varietate mare de soiuri, portaltoaie și forme de coroană care de fapt influențează strategia de tăiere a pomilor. Dacă avem un soi autofertil și unul productiv, înseamnă că vom efectua o tăiere mai severă ca să reducem din recoltă și să obținem o calitate mai bună a fructelor, dar și să stimulăm creșterea pomilor. Ce ține de vigoarea pomilor, dacă avem un soi și portaltoi care este mai puțin viguros, atunci vom efectua la fel o tăiere mai severă ca să stimulăm creșterea. Dacă portaltoiul și soiul este unul viguros, atunci îl vom lăsa ca să se încarce mai bine cu fructe. Formele de coroană pot fi diverse și pot fi clasificate independent de volum. Avem forme de coroană aplatizate sau înguste, care formează un perete fructifer și aici vorbim despre drapou marșant, candelabru, superfus, bibaum și altele. Alte forme au un volum mai mare și includ piramida etajată sau tufa spaniolă. În continuare vom vorbi despre câteva sisteme de coroană și modul cum trebuie să efectuăm tăierile.
So we prune sweet cherries. The variety is Rocket. Rootstock is Gisela 6. What we can see is the grouse. Grouse is not too much and not too small. It's more or less in the optimum. New shots round about 50 degrees in the last year. That's more or less perfect for a good regulation balance between grouse and yield. What we say on these trees is a very clear structure. We have the strongest part as a central leader in the middle of the crown, and we have only on the base stronger branches, and all other branches are 1 or 2 years old. That's for bearing, and we have not too much branches that avoid that the light comes inside of the crown. And what we do is that we bring more light inside, and we look what will be the best position for the light, and when we can decide between these two branches, for example, we see I want to prefer this one and bring them back with a job like this. That should be not too short, length should be longer than a small scissor, and that's the best position that you have the guarantee that you get new shots from this short part. When it's too short, you can get no new shots. That's a problem. And in this kind, you can get new shots from the buds, and they make not too much shadow on the fruits on this for bearing. So, and that's the same what I do all over the tree. That's okay, that's okay. I can let it. And here's the same. 2 trees, and now I in the little bit deeper in the ground, and I can the decision what will be do with this one. So he is very fruitful because here I see the flower buds, but for the next year I have a tree in the tree, and so I have to reduce it, and I make the same. I bring it in, prune it back, and hope that I can have new branches from this job for next year, and 2 years later I can have fruits on this new shots from this branch. Now on this part, on the base, I look for the fruit branches, fruit position like this one with a lot of fruit buds, and I bring the lateral shots by side. and make shorting from the pending branches on the base. Make here put away the lateral shots, so we can have a lot of fruits in this part, and with the fruit weight the branch will be pending there and have a lot of light for these other branches around the tree. Prune back to a smaller fruit branch, and here also the same on the other side. Prune back that it couldn't pending down. Here we have a lot of fruits. We use it for this year, but all fruits are too much because of the fruit quality. So round or less a third of the branches I will prune back for better quality. Next step is to continue and to look for the fruit quality at first. With rocket it's not so a problem because of pending trees, because rocket is a variety with not only with medium yield, not with the highest yield, and so I can tolerate the horizontal branches. In other varieties such Cordia, Regina, Sweet Ariana with pending wood, I have to put in this fruit bark. So in this way we are completely with this side. So we can continue on the other side, and we see on the base the problem that we have too much branches, and I will decide for the branch with the most flower buds. With this one should be a little bit reduced because that it makes not too much shadow inside of the tree, and for the future it's enough when they have 1 year old shoot, and this can be filled for next year with a lot of flower buds on the side, and then I can prune back at this point next year. So that's the next. I can leave it, and the same with this branch. It was reduced from the other side, short fruit wood, and that's a reserve for the yield in 2025, 2 years later. And so I want to continue like this branch. You see a double. This is for fruiting next year. That's for fruiting 2 years ago, and I will prepare it with this prune back. And so I make the same here, prune back here, and let it for the yield in this year. So now I have a lot of light, and so I can also tolerate a stronger shot on this part, and it's filled with flower buds and makes a good yield for this tree. So, and all others like this one, it's not strong enough. I will give a little bit more with this reducing, a little bit more growth inside, and so the growth in this branch will be higher, and so it's better for the fruit quality of the fruits on this branch. So that's the most is done. This one can tolerate it for 1 year because we have a lot of light and not too much shoots in the neighborhood, and so that's okay. To the top we can decide for this pruning because then these trees didn't covered or netted this year or for the next yield, so it was the plan for 2 or 3 years later, and so that's a chance to have a valve for the growth. The best way is to let a valve. A valve means that we have on the top only one shot, and we put away all other shots, and in this one shot all of the growth goes inside, and the lateral part of the top will be silent and makes not too much new shots, only short part with the fruit. The tree is very vigorous on the top, and when I use this pruning method, that will be, the growth will be reduced and will have more fruits, and so I have more or less a balanced top in the next year. And after that, we can get new lateral shots, small lateral shots with a lot of fruit set. And next year we can use these lateral shots for reducing the top. Then it's not so critical. But in this kind, when we can look on the other tree, very often, or most of the trees, they are too vigorous on the top, and so that could be a method to bring them in the normal balanced growth and bearing situation. Now we prune a second central leader, and we see also the axe is in the middle, the strongest part. We see more or less a pyramidal form from the top to the base. And what we can also see is that we have a lot of stronger parts in the top, and that means that it's a little bit critical for the light and joy of the branches. So we have to reduce a part of these strongest branches, that we can have more light for next year to regenerate new flower buds on the branches. So I start on the top. We see a lot of flower buds on the branches, that's okay. This is too strong and I will throw out. And continue on the next. So here's a very nice strong branch on the base, and I decide for this fruit branch, and so I can put away this one. And that gives more light on the base, and so that's my guarantee that I can have also fruits in the next years on this. When I have too much shadow, I have only a blind wood without flower buds, and so also without fruits. So next step is to look for the horizontal or for the pending branches. With too much fruit set, the branches are pending down, and so it's my job to bring them a little bit more back, like this one, and like a third from the top of the branch, and so they are strong enough to bear the fruits. So this one, I bring the line from the trunk on this fruit bearing branch, and all others I prune away. And the same on the base. Okay, that's too strong. And now we have the last few on the top. On the top we see a lot of branches, and that's okay because we see also the flower buds, and the flower buds can reduce the vigor. And for this year, for the last useness year, it's okay to have these branches on the top, and next year we can limit the axe roundabout in this height, and we can use this or another 1 year old shoot with a lot of flower buds, and so we have a new top for next year. So that's the whole tree is pruned, and we can continue with the next. Here we see trees from Spanish bush, a modified Spanish bush. The name is Kind green bush. It differs from the Spanish bush because the main axis, we have more main axis, and the main axis are reduced all 3-4 years, and then we get new wood like this one, or like this one, or here. And the problem is when I make it too late, so when the axe is elder and elder, so the new shot is not too strong. It's a dwarfing new shot, and that is not fruitful and productive enough for a good yield. So when I have a Spanish bush as KGB, I have to start with the repruning earlier. So I start in the third, fourth year and make every year 2 or 3 prunes like this. And then I have every year new shots, and I can remove the big axis. That's the first point and the most important point. In the other case, when I have too strong axis, I have a good fruit size on the top and enough fruits on the lateral side, but the fruit size is not the best. Here on the base of the axis, the fruit size is too small. And so we have not a good economy in this orchard system. When I use it, so I have to do a lot of things in every year from the first, fourth years, and have to look for the removing and recreating the axis. That's the most important point. Thanks. Limit on the height we can see here is the idea that I can pick all from when I stand on the ground. I can pick all fruits from there. So it's necessary that I reduce the axis in this height. That's okay. But sometimes I need also the pruning here or here and one in a deeper point. So I need not too much pruning. Pruning is very easy, but I have to do it very consequently every year.